following takes place on September 20th between 10:30 hours and 16:30 hours. Events occur in real time.
Drake's just going to take some hours rest just before we get into port. We're headed upwind. Nothing on radar except for a boat that's past us. It's in about 6 knots averaging with the engine running. As you can see, it's a glorious day. Maybe 19 miles to go to the waypoint. Mo called the marina and Hazel had already been in there to secure a spot for us, so that's great. So we have somewhere to go. It's on the west side of the harbour. When we hit the breakwater, it's just a turn into the right. We should have plenty of cover and hopefully the swell doesn't wrap around too much. 5 days at sea now, so we'll be looking forward to getting into land and exploring Éanna and Drake. I'm just on watch for another 2.5, maybe 3 hours. We'll see how our speed goes, but I'm just watching because if we're getting close to the harbour there might be a bit more traffic, so all is good. I'll show you, they're up here. That's them off there in the distance. I don't know if they're going to cross our path or if they're going to be heading into the port. Still 2 hours of motoring out, but I woke Drake because with this big ship coming so close, it's been a while since I've had to do kind of traffic regulations at sea. So we've got a ship called Fiona. Look at that, isn't that mad? Closest point of approach is
a mile.
Yeah, it was literally like 0.1, 0.2 about a minute ago.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
they changed course.
They've been trying to call the port on radio, I think, because I heard Fiona. I was like, alright, it's hardly us they're trying to talk to. But
that's weird.
Yeah.
See Fiona.
Isn't it strange, isn't it? Of all the names of all the boats, like, so I'm just keeping an eye on that, and then there's a couple of smaller boats just up ahead that are, I think they're just kind of backing and forth around the harbour. So
I imagine that with this storm coming, all the boats are trying to get spots in the marina. I don't really know, but Hazel said there are only a few spaces left. So then I was like, we need one of those spaces.
We're not coming back out here.
I sent them an email at the end of it. I said, do you have a space available for us? And then I wrote, many thanks, Drake Roberts, sailing vessel Paragon. And they wrote back.
Yeah.
But all they wrote back was, many thanks, Drake Roberts. I was wondering, maybe the person who got the email doesn't speak English, or they didn't know what to.
Yes.
Many thanks. Oh, probably made 5 knots. But by running the engine, we were making like 6 knots, 7 knots. I was like, is it worth running the engine for 2 days to get an extra couple of knots? But then I did the math, that like, yeah, that adds up, you know? Even if you're going 6 knots instead of 5 in a 24-hour period, that's...
It got us into the bubble.
It got us into the bubble.
Yeah.
Man, I was so happy when that heavy weather did hit us. And I looked at the updated weather, and I saw that the front was all to the north of us, 35 knots in a big area. And then I was like, okay, we made the right decision. Because if we hadn't had those extra couple of knots of speed, we would have been stuck in that. And probably would have had to heat 2. And then we'd be heat 2 for like 36 hours, and that would have sucked. So this is great.
Nice. A lovely arrival in the daytime. Fingers crossed the weather seems okay. Like, it's on the nose, but it's fine. Like, yeah. You took on like a monster of a shift last night during the really rough stuff too.
Yeah, I know you know the boat, and you're a great sailor, but it's been a while, and you just got here. Like, you know, you haven't had a chance to reacclimate to the whole boat.
I'll definitely have the duck lines.
Yeah. Having you back actually brings back a lot of memories. Small bar trip, and also Greenland trip, and also Fiona.
Any trips I wonder about?
We've done some voyaging together. Eric Forsyth would probably be proud of us. Looking down and smiling, those two. They wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't for me. Probably figured.
And weird as well, the boat that we're coming into port with is called Fiona as well too. Like, so.
Yeah, it's like he's sending us a message. It's so strange. Saying, hey guys.
Like up here, be like, hello guys. Oh yeah.
Good to see you made it.
Yeah. Portugal, eh?
Spain, in the marina, hot showers, go to a restaurant, have a beer, do some walking. Yeah. I was kind of thinking also maybe a nice thing about not being like right in the downtown city center. The marina that we're going to, many of the reviewers said it's super quiet, which is fine by me. The other one I think is like in the middle of the action, more noise. I was also thinking, well, okay, it's a longer walk to town, but you can use a walk. Yeah.
I was gonna say that beer's gonna be nice to share.
You said you brought some rum for Eric Forsyth?
Indeed. Yeah.
We got some amplitudes.
Yeah. That would be nice. We'll have a toast now when we get in, once we get sorted.
Make a little batter, cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when he made the little toast drink time every day? He always put out like a thing of crackers and cheese.
What was it? Capers on crackers or something as well? Like anchovies or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Ireland is Spain. I can't believe we've run this engine for 2 days. Diesel engines are amazing. When they run, they can just run forever.
I mean, that and the good CPT.
Yeah.
That thing held its own this trip. Like.
Yeah. So we just installed the hydrovane, and we did a couple little tests on this voyage, but then it was like gnarly weather, and I was like, you know what, stick with what I know. And I would rather use the CPT autopilot rather than the hydrovane or a wind vane during the kind of sailing that we were doing, just because it was just so nice to be able to say, oh, we're going a little bit more to starboard, just beep, 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 and then that's it. You know? Whereas with the hydrovane, I think you got this line to turn the thing one way or the other, but I don't know which line goes to starboard or which line goes to port. And even if I do see how it's turning, I still gotta work it in my mind. Okay, when you're on a starboard beam reach and the thing turns that way, then you turn more to the right, and I haven't figured that out in my head yet. So.
And when you're really tired as well too, or in that weather, you don't have to be making your mind up about that stuff.
Our friend Hazel has done a whole bunch of little hops. You know, France, hop, 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 hop. Spain, hop, 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 hop. You get bags.
There's something to be said for that though as well. Yeah. Like I know I've done trips where you're only in one town for 2 or 3 days, or even just 2 days.
Yeah.
And you kind of see the touristy things, and then you leave. Whereas if you're in somewhere for like a week or 2, you might get to know some of the people in the area. So I know there is something nice about that way you travel as well, so you kind of get a better connection to the place.
We were in Killybegs for a month, and I can really remember it very clearly. You build up experiences, you build up memories from the one place. It's a lot more in your head with the one place. We got 3 months. 3 months to get to the southern coast of Portugal. And I think Hazel is going to convoy with us for a lot of that, especially in the beginning part. We'll match her speed, or she'll match ours, when she's faster and lighter air. And we'll do little hops and we'll see lots of places, and we'll prioritize staying in anchorages and watching the dinghy. It'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to it. It's been a bit of anchoring, a couple of nice meals. Excited. So
We have 3 very long, very light, very thin lines that we use for docking. Bow, stern, and one through the hawsepipe that we use as a string. That one goes forward. And then we have this one red line that we always use as the line to stop with the boat moving forward. It attaches to the midships cleat, and Mo's got it down. She has that red line and she jumps off as soon as she can, and then she just ties it to a cleat, and then I motor forward and away from the side that has that line on it, and because it's positioned where it's positioned, amidships, when I motor forward and turn away, it just makes the boat hug the dock. Works perfectly. Like we got it down.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to do this in Greenland.
okay.
Yeah, it took a long time for us to finally figure it out. As a matter of fact, we didn't have a midships cleat in Greenland. I added that. We got a Genoa track, and I bolted it, and then we have this stainless cleat that runs on that track. So we can move it forward, or we can move it aft, and there's a best position for it when we're docking. Oh, now all we gotta do is dock. That's like always the most stressful time. I'm just so glad that it's daytime, the wind is down, we've got somebody on the dock who knows us, who's gonna help. You're here, we've got all these things in our favor. So I'll send an update email to Hazel.
Okay, I'll keep an eye.
Tell her we're gonna be there soon.
And look at that, I've moved to a new marina again. This one was only a mile away, so this is Yates Marina, still in Gijón, but the previous marina where it was actually a bit swelly. So yeah, I have moved and I am here now, and really exciting. My friends Drake and Mo should be arriving pretty soon. They're gonna come here to this marina as well, and I'm gonna take their lines. I've been watching the AIS, watching them come in, so I'm really excited for that. Yes.
When Éanna sailed with us in Greenland, we had 4 of these fenders. We have learned that these are more than inadequate.
I have a fender here that's not really doing anything.
I might take it and just pop it down here. I kind of want to just distribute the weight more, even equal the weight of the board and snaps.
Here we go.
Sweet. Thanks, Mom.
Need me to push?
Fine. Just gonna pop this. Oh, it's okay. Wait a second, because it'll go with the flow. 2. And when it comes back off, 1, 2, 3, push. There we go. Lovely stuff. Look at that. All right.
Now we have these fenders And we have 6 of them.
Well, that's a big fender you got there.
Our light lines for docking and our red line for stopping the boat. Once we figure out which side to put them on.
Breakwater's massive. It's not...
Yeah, that's the thing that's going to be protecting us from the storm. Ooh. Gotta do some sail repair. Got a little tear. Alright. Are you making coffee, Mo?
Water.
You're a god. Can I take over?
Yeah. Yes. Gates Marina. This is sailing vessel Paragon, channel 09, over. That's a breakwater.
Tell them we are 20 minutes away.
Gates Marina del Principado, Gates Marina del Principado, Gates Marina del Principado. This is sailing vessel Paragon, channel 09, over.
Got a 4-foot depth right there, 6-foot depth right there, so stuff to look at. Bearing to waypoint 191. We'll report to do 191. With this navigation software, it always shows your bearing to the next waypoint, whatever the next waypoint is, it automatically updates. So if you're ever like, whoa, where are we? Then you can see what the bearing to the next waypoint is. Woo, that looks like a fun boat. Oh, look at that breakwater, eh? They're not fooling around. And those blocks are huge. Okay, so we don't go in there, we go in down there. We're unable to get the marina on VHF or the phone. We keep getting the answering machine on the phone. If we should have lines and fenders on port or starboard, but we have set them on port. This is a pretty wonderful moment. Come in this beautiful sun and not too much wind. It's gonna get windy here tonight. We just gotta get docked. Check out the jet skis and the fast rib ahead of them. This looks like a magical place. So as soon as we get to the end of this breakwater on the starboard side, as soon as we get to the end of it, we make a hard right and enter the marina. I am slowing this boat down because we got all day and I want to get used to going slow. We have wind coming from behind, blowing us forward, so as we make our quick turn and then come into the marina, we'll be going into the wind. We're going to make our turn as fast as we can, hug the green there to stay away from that 4-foot depth, and also that 6-foot depth we might possibly hit there as well. We are standing by on channel 16. I'm going to call the marina just one more time. Gates Marina del Principado, Gates Marina del Principado, Gates Marina del Principado. This is sailing vessel Paragon 09, over. The marina is not responding on the VHF. Big U, right here.
I can see them. You can just about see their mast going along the wall there. Oh my god, yay!
The Sandman's hand in mine. Being off at
Fender's on board.
To the best of my abilities, to the best of my abilities, to the best of my abilities.
Super.
Can I hand this to you? Yeah, sure. Do you want me to put it on right on that one? Yeah, sure. As
Perfect.
fast as you can, as tight
Perfect.
as you can.
Okay, you got it.
Make it as short and as tight as you can.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna hit Éanna.
Yeah, we're going to contact now. Lovely. Great.
How are we on the bow, Éanna?
Fine on the bow.
Can I go forward?
Yeah, a little bit forward is okay.
Oh, you're in charge of braking us when we're too far.
Let me know when to stop it.
Brake it now.
That's breaking now, that's fine.
I'm so stinky, but I put on a new shirt.
Sunshine.
Yes.
Nice job.
Good job.
You
Yeah, oh yeah. You got what you like.
Wow.
There you go. I'm terrified of opening them, so.
I hear you're supposed to shake them first. Let me go stick this in the fridge.
Well, now we have to contact customs.
Where's the office?
Oh, it's right in the, like where you see the glass windows, but the entrance is like on the side here.
Okay, why don't I go up there and let them know that we're here, check us in, and ask them about customs.
Okay.
If they're gonna call, if they can send customs out.
Yeah, we're both
The
captains.
dude is super nice. Jesus, his name is.
Jesus, yeah.
I think you were there when I called. Were you in the back? I thought I heard like
You were in the background.
And like I told him that you were coming, and then when you called, he's like, "Oh yeah, your friend is here." And I was like, "That's me."
I was on the phone. They went, "Are you Paragon?" I was like, "Hang on."
Oh my god.
They're that famous.
you're good.
Wow. That ends a wonderful voyage. You're about to be partaking in a tradition that
It's very old tradition that we
Is it a Éanna Paragon tradition?
This is not. This is something that me and Drake were introduced to when we first met.
Oh.
Within the first couple of hours, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, so this was great. This was something that Eric had on his boat.
Okay, the guy who you sailed to Portugal with.
Exactly. And so when we heard the news, we were like, listen, we'll have a toast when we get there. And yeah, so this is. I mean, there's been lots of gifts of drinks, so it's great.
Yes.
So I don't know do we do the limoncello as a shot or just as
I know it is a.
like
I
a
guess you
sipping
can do it either way, really.
I'll be sipping mine
okay.
because someone had some experiences in previous times.
Successful voyage.
Slancha. What did you
Slancha.
say in Spain?
Delicious.
Yeah, watch out, baby doll, because this like packs a punch.
It's Italian, I believe. So.
Mm-hmm.
In my hometown, there's like this tiny little Italian bar, Felice it's called, and he basically only sells Peronis, which is Italian beers, and limoncello. So.
So
Oh
nice.
my god, I just had a sip and it hit me.
There we go.
I'm just gonna pour it over you and like.
Yeah, so Eric Forsyth, he's this guy that sailed hundreds of thousands of nautical miles aboard another West Sail 42, and he pulled into Dingle, Ireland, and he was looking for crew to go to Portugal, and both Éanna and I found out that he was looking for crew. We had never met him before, but we're like, yeah, that's the kind of sail I want to do. I told him through email that I would be the best crew I could be. I would handle my airfare to get to and from the boat. I had the same boat. I was really motivated, but I really wanted to film everything and make videos that told the story of the voyage. And he wrote back and said, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I showed up a couple of days earlier, and then Éanna showed up, and we pushed off like just a few hours. Yeah, right after Éanna arrived, we pushed off and we sailed to Portugal. And that was the first time I met Éanna.
Kind of like on this sail, you pushed off a couple hours after you
Yeah,
arrived.
Pretty much, we kept making the same
It
jokes.
was
Being like,
almost like a reenactment. It was in the same
bizarre,
The
yeah.
boat was tied up in the same place, and you arrived just like before, and we took off right away, just like last time.
we're like, we gotta go.
So we sailed with Eric, and it was a wonderful adventure. And one of the things that Eric does religiously is he drinks like a thimble size drink every day at 5 o'clock. Like,
like
every,
a rum ration.
yes,
sort of thing.
7 days a week, 5 o'clock, on the clock, no matter what, no matter where. It's a thimble of rum with some apple juice and a squirt of lemon, and it's like a tradition. It kind of defined Eric. He always drank this every day, and even when we were underway,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, right,
Offshore,
yeah. Like,
bad weather,
no matter
doesn't
what
matter.
the
It's like, time for rum.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and it was never too much, you know, never too much to have any effect from the alcohol. It was such a small quantity, but it was never missed.
It's got a whack to it.
But I never ever have had rum with apple juice. That's alright.
Can't say that after today.
Eric had this huge yellow box that he had up in the pilot berth
Yep.
up here, and he'd like pull out one bottle, and I'm gonna go, how many bottles do you have? It was like a 25 bottle case.
He loved Mount Gay rum. He loved Mount Gay rum.
Oh,
Yeah.
that specific.
That
oh,
specific
right.
one. I went to a couple of the specialist drink places in Dublin to be like, you have Mount Gay rum? And they were going, no, we're a wine shop. We don't. I'm like, no, okay. So, no, I found one just around the corner from work. I went in and it's like, okay, we'll get some.
So
And,
that's how this started then.
that's how this started. That's how Éanna and I met. And that one sail had a big change on my life in that I met Éanna, and Éanna came to sail with us in Greenland and then in Svalbard, and now back here to Spain. It's all because of Eric. Eric Forsyth.
Eric Forsyth.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The tradition continues.
Mm-hmm.